There is a fifth dimension beyond what is known to man. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You've just crossed over into the box score zone.
Thanks.
What's the matter? All those free college T-shirts weighing you down? You couldn't head over to the printer and get your own stuff?
I just thought you could print it out for me. I mean, I'm kind of busy up here doing my...
You just thought what?
I'm printing out some... Just think.
Exactly.
Why it bothers me. I'm just trying to work on the show, and Dan gets on my case. I wish I could be in a hotel room, my towel and pantsless, and watching Cinemax and ordering lo mein.
The portrait of a frightened man, Mr. Paul Pabst, husband, father, Danette, has just come to the realization that he is not who he thought he once was, but now has become something else entirely. And on a day not dissimilar to this one, on a channel very similar to the one you're currently watching, the box score starts now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. We should smoke one right now because we are all celebrating a day that comes off around the calendar year about every so often when the Mayan calendar ends. That is Be Nice to Todd Fritz Day today. Merry Fritzmas to you, Todd. The 76ers went down to the Lakers last night, making you the victor, so everyone had to be pleasant to you. McLovin, who was this hardest on today?
Well, you know, Paulie was the obvious answer. I think Dan and Paulie were at a two-way tie. They were both definitely off kilter the entire morning. Dan, as you saw, started the show off with immediately ripping into Fritzy before he remembered.
Yes. Well, he recovered, as you all did, and you rallied around Todd Fritz and celebrated him like the true American hero he is.
Fritzy resplendent in his beautiful American flag shirt that he's got. Well done.
Thank you. Madison Square Garden, G-U-A-R-D.
Yeah.
I knew that would kill. 1 and 18, W-O-N.
Okay. That's clever.
I think Todd looks great.
He does. I think he looks spectacular.
You know, only someone like Todd could pull that off, right? Who else could do that?
Ron
Just
Howard.
this guy.
Yeah.
I love the love, whether it's fake or not, and we all know that it's mainly fake.
Man, it's great. I didn't realize what a circus this was going to be. And as much as I was rooting to see Todd with a man bun, because I think that's probably one of the funniest things I'll ever see in my life, this worked out actually way better. I had a great time. There was a whole bunch of positivity while tempering our negativity. We started jabbing each other a little bit, maybe.
You went out of your way to...
Like, I've got all this negativity built up. I have to make fun of someone. Like
Survivor, Run DMC, and Public
Yeah, we
Enemy,
got a whole bunch
Hall
of
& Oates.
tunes in. It was fun, man. It was great. We should maybe try to be nice one... Nah, forget it.
Yeah, right. Well, you may be sitting there saying to yourself, Dan said you guys need to be nice to him just for the 3 hours of the show. And you would be right, Paulie. So, roll the tape.
Fritzy, just go ahead.
I got to do every soliloquy for the next one.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, now the debut of midlife crisis, Fritzy.
Your dating career, you whiffed quite a few times. You're up there on the all-time list.
I don't know why everybody's got to be so mean.
Todd, we're doing a show over here.
We're working on another show.
What are you doing?
To be fair, the interview started 9 minutes ago, and it was supposed to be a 30-second interview.
So he doesn't see what you're doing.
God. Oh, my God.
2, 1.
Are you losing brain matter with losing weight? How many bad phone connections have we had recently? Fritzy, as he's trying to get out of his costume.
My arm doesn't bend that way, guys. You gotta get me out of here.
Dan is shooting marshmallows at me with the pellet gun. He almost hit me in the eye before, and he hit me in the mouth.
It was like a 14-year-old boy got in the car with me today.
Was his voice squeaking?
Yeah.
Hey, Seton.
I'm staying in LA.
I'm staying in LA. I don't want to go back to Connecticut.
I have no idea what you're doing.
No? Timeshare?
Interesting, Brock. If you look at that montage, that finally edited montage of being mean to Fritzy, you know who was almost not involved in it whatsoever? Me. They were 90% clips of Dan just pounding on Fritzy. So it's I don't know if I was in charge of the edit, if I was in consultation with the editing people, it's possible. But I mean, that was all Dan all the time.
You know, that one time we did on the show, who's the meanest Danette, and the fans might have voted me that I was the meanest Danette or something like that. But then we did an internal poll on who's the meanest Danette, and it was a landslide for Paul.
Did we include LA? Did we include our LA production squad?
We happen to know the full 24-hour cycle of meanness, not just the 3-hour brief window that people get.
Yeah, it's a good point, Seton. Now I'm worried about this because this could hurt my reputation. Now I realize I've left a lot of good content off the table and on the floor, as they say in the business. So I think maybe I'll start morphing my meanness to Fritzy from off air to on air. Because,
that'd be great.
Because it's kind of losing its buzz if it's off the air.
Good times.
Yeah, I need to keep that spiciness going in the relationship. You know, Todd, anyone watching that montage could see the amount of mean being hurled at you. But we got together here and we wanted to prove to you that the guys have been nice to you more often than you might think. So gather the kids around. Here it is. A sumptuous roll of the best of the niceness to Todd through the years.
You make everybody laugh.
Can you run that again? Because I missed some of it. I missed some of it.
I adjusted myself in the chair. I was getting ready to watch the last little show there.
Okay, here it is, Todd.
It's a good
One
You make
more
everybody
time.
laugh.
To be fair, that was edited. I'm not sure what context you were saying.
He could have been saying that to anybody. He didn't say, Todd, you make everybody laugh. He just said you make everybody
built it up
laugh.
there. I thought we were going to watch some nice clips of some kindness over the years, and obviously I've been set up once again for
Hey, can you roll that 8-minute bad phone line montage that we worked on in 2014? Is that ready? Is that queued up?
That didn't take
Max?
long. That did not take long at all.
You can really just replay any given show.
Yes.
And you can get that.
Yeah, we are efforting that. All right, I'm certain there have been nicer things said about you, Todd, for God's sakes. I mean, there's got to be somewhere, right? Somewhere.
You would think. You would think.
All
It's
right.
going to be tough to find.
Oh, no, okay. Well, coming up, a guy that gets even more hate than Todd Fritz. Oh, my God. You want to be loved? Hey, how about you wave to your friends from the cab of the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel? Hey, look at me. I'm climbing hills, hauling trailers. Oh, and it puts a smile on all of the ladies' faces. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com and be nice to Todd Fritz still. Guts, glory, Ram. We are back here on the box score. Guys, in the wake of a week of bad officiating, Dan had the NFL's head of officiating on, Dean Blandino, on to clear some things up for us. Seton, will we ever be satisfied with sports officiating?
No, never. Not in a million years will we be. Because what else are you going to argue about? I mean, so much of it is left up to judgment, which means it's always wide open. It's like saying, who's the best, who's better, the best Laker, like we've been doing, right? You really can't answer that. There's no one thing, and a lot of these rules are sort of the same thing. What is a catch? Was he in the end zone or not? A lot of times you can't tell. So, no, we're never going to be happy with it.
One thing that bothers me is that when you critique officials, let's say your quarterback is 4 for 22 passing, and you're like, the officials screwed us out of that win. No. Your quarterback going 4 for 22 is the main reason you lost. Was there a bad call or two on the way? Yeah, but I always hate when they say, the officials cost us that game, and you're down 20 at half. Okay, they didn't put you down 20 at half. So I hate when it's easy for sports fans to blame the officials.
Sure derailed the comeback, though.
Right.
Jerks.
Yeah, the coaches warn against that. Well, Blandino came on and tried to paint a better, brighter picture around the officials that were recently demoted from the primetime game to a different game.
We try to put our crews in the best position to be successful. And so, yeah, it's been out there that they were pulled from the primetime game, and they're going to work the Eagles-Patriots game. And we just look at, we have 17 crews, and we have up to 16 games a weekend, and we want to put our crews in the best position to be successful. And ultimately, with looking at a lot of different factors, this is what we felt was going to allow us to be as successful as possible in those 2 games.
Well, this is an obvious PR move by the NFL in that they took the most popular show in the entire country, Football Night in America, and didn't put the crew that just got censured on that broadcast to be a topic. That's why they did it, and they put them on a game and just some other game that was not on the most popular TV show in our country. He can't say that. He did say it without using the words that will leads you right there. But it's obvious what they did. But it's funny that Dan came back and goes, so you basically took them off this game to keep them out of the spotlight. He goes, well, no, I wouldn't say that. He goes, you did just say that. It's all semantics. And that's what's so bothersome about people who are into the legal side of things and who are in PR. And they semantics away around things instead of saying directly what they mean, which would help them out a lot. It is odd that people who are supposed to talk for a living, lawyers, people with law degrees, PR people who deliver messages for a living, have the worst time delivering a message because they use so many semantics and can't just tell the truth.
Well, Blandino was doing his best to give us the truth about what constitutes a catch, and my head is still spinning.
There's a subjective element to this rule, and the subjective element in the upright receiver is time. It's control plus 2 feet plus time. Well, how long does he have to have it in order for it to be a catch? Now, that's the rule. It's been defined as becoming a runner. What does that mean? How do you quantify that? And that's the subjective element that we're debating on 6 or 7 plays this year. When we talk about the receiver that goes to the ground, the key is hold on to the ball when you land. That's a bright line, and that's something that can be officiated consistently. It's not perfect, and we are going to have plays where it looks like a catch, it feels like a catch, but our rule says it isn't a catch.
It looks like it and feels like it, but isn't.
But it's incomplete.
I am a staunch defender. What am I, a steward of the shield?
You're a vigilant steward of the shield.
And even I admit the catch stuff is a little wonky. Hey, you know what's going to happen? They're going to change in the offseason. They're going to say 2 feet down in possession, and then we're all going to be bored of the.
But even wonky is another word for horseshit. And instead of saying, yeah, you know what, they're a little vague, or you know what, it's a little off. It'd be better if you said, like, McClellan, you know football, and you know what you see as a catch, and they've altered these rules to make catches not catches anymore. When they didn't have to do so, they could have gone the other direction and said, like, hey, if the ball doesn't hit the ground, it's a catch, because that's the definition in the dictionary.
But what about the unforeseen complications that always happen? Blandino
it is actually more complicated than just did he catch it or not, because at a certain point it does have to become a catch. Like, you can't have 2 feet down and it hit your hands and then you're like, oh, that was a catch, right? Because it hit his hands.
Yeah.
So there is like a line of demarcation where it does become a catch and where it doesn't. But they've just gone so far overboard with, well, now look, he had possession of it, but then it wiggled a little. That wiggle right there says he doesn't have complete control of it. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Of course he does.
And Paul also made a point during the show with Dan about how quick they are to take it away from the defense, where if a guy catches the ball in the middle of the field, they're so quick to either for protection reasons or whatever. There are plenty of times where it's caught and then he gets hit and it should be a fumble that may be recovered by the opposing team. And instead they're saying they're too quick to say incomplete because the ball got jarred loose after the catch.
He did say one thing I never heard. He said that there is a concern that the defenders will try and target guys on the sideline quicker, which actually makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. I actually stepped back. I'm like, wait, let me wrap my head around this one, and I got lost.
All right, I'm declaring this segment incomplete. Dean Blandino, I can't imagine a job I would want to have less on this planet. Oh, you know what? Coming up, you will be imagining a hockey game on the ice planet of Hoth. We'll explain next. Welcome back to the Box Score. We are amidst a season that bifurcates into 2 seasons that invoke bizarre fandoms, 2 very weird, nerdy, overprotective of their brand sort of fandoms. I'm talking about NHL hockey and new Star Wars movies seasons. That's right. So why not combine the 2 for an amazing game that we would like to call a current NHL goalie or a new Star Wars character? That is right, my friends.
Ooh, whoa.
Wow.
That one doesn't really roll right off the tongue.
What about my suggestion of Death Star or Dead Star from the NHL?
That's pretty good.
That would have been fun.
One.
That's on the save list right now. It's NHL
producing.
or Naboo.
Death Star, Dead Star.
Someone who either likes hockey or Star Wars a lot. It'll row versus row. Back row is up first. The name in question is Antti Ranta. NHL or Naboo?
It's the general from
I think that's
the Dagobah system.
Okay, so the new movie has a 100-year-old pirate.
And you think that's the pirate?
I think that's the pirate.
I was leaning towards Star Wars also. We're gonna go Star Wars, not hockey.
They think it's Star Wars.
You are my son.
You whiffed on the Star Wars line, I think.
Luke, I am your father.
I'm sorry. That was a a New York Ranger. All right.
Oh, Fritzy, aren't you a Rangers fan?
Guess not that big a Ranger fan as I thought it was.
You're wearing their colors. Front row, the name is Reto Berra. Reto Berra, NHL or Naboo?
Oh man, he's the Saber.
Yeah. He puts it in top shelf.
Yeah, we're gonna say NHL.
Yep, NHL.
I think it's hockey.
Let's go!
Oh my God! Score!
You are correct. He plays for the Avalanche.
Avalanche, yeah.
We return to the back row. The name is Poe Dameron. Is he use a lightsaber or hockey stick? Poe Dameron.
That is definitely
Star Wars?
New Star Wars, yes. I can even tell you the actor if you want.
Could you really?
Well, let's have
We're
it.
going Star Wars.
Let's have it,
even this
McLovin.
up.
Actually, I don't remember, but I think that is one of the new characters. I think, yeah.
All right, we're on the board. We're on the board.
Doesn't matter, you're right anyway. Front row, the name is Maz Kanata. NHL or Naboo?
Maz Kanata.
Maz Kanata. Did he have to make the NHL? Because there was a Maz Kanata for Thunder Bay back in the 80s.
Let's go NHL.
Let's go NHL.
Thunder Bay.
Yeah, they're thinking he's NHL. Are they right?
You whiffed on the Star Wars.
Luke, I am your father.
No, I'm sorry. Star Wars 7. I think he has a purple lightsaber.
I am your son.
That's going to haunt me.
Woo! All right, back row. The name is Kylo Ren.
Wookiee mistake.
NHL or Naboo?
Well, that's just. Can I just say this is an insult to a Star Wars fan
Wow.
that you put Kylo Ren on there? You might as well. Hey, is R2-D2 from Star Wars, or is that a goalie for the
Listen
Canucks?
to you.
Is this a trick?
Insulted.
Hold up. Is this a trick?
No, Rilo Ken's like the main character in the new Star Wars.
Is this a
movie.
trick?
He's the bad guy, played by Adam Driver.
Is it a trap?
Adam
They
Driver's
think
a
it's
bad
Star
guy.
Wars. Are they right?
Let's go! Oh my
Yeah,
God! Score!
Want backstory on Rilo Ken?
Sure.
I'll give it to you. Well,
He's living in Brooklyn with
so-
a bunch of hipsters.
He's obsessed with
Yeah.
Darth Vader, and he's trying to
chubby but
he's
cool
trying to
girlfriend.
reinvent the Death Star to destroy planets, but he's even more evil than the original Darth Vader.
Are there any
Okay, and
categories that's
finally,
more
the front row
specific to
before we
one
get too
Danette?
immersed in this. The name is Kari Ramo, NHL or Naboo?
Ooh, Kari Ramo. That is.
Isn't she the host of Remote Control?
That's a national
He's Norwegian. I know he's Norwegian, and he
Kari
plays.
Wurr.
I think that's
Ken
an actual president.
Hockey player. He's from
of
Norway.
She's so hot.
Okay, yeah, they
Ken
say he's
Ober,
a
yeah,
hockey
but Kari
player.
Kari
Wurr.
Wurr.
So hot.
Yeah, he's Nordic.
Oh my God! Score!
Are you Doc Emmerich impersonation?
No, Chuck Keaton.
All right, congratulations, like the dark and light forces of the force. Everyone wins. It is a tie, so congratulations to everyone.
I'll take that.
Just like hockey.
Ties accepted.
All right, don't go away. A certain Danette that we no longer have to be nice to was a disaster. But first, this is the box score. And we're taking a break to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing torque and horsepower, could take down the Death Star. Knows where the vent's at, drives up there, flings a beer can out there, jacks the whole Death Star up. What do you think about that, Darth Vader? Guts, glory, the Force, Ram. And how dare anyone out there make fun of Fritzy after all he's been through? All you people care about is who he does and doesn't book. He's a human! What you don't realize is Fritzy is booking all these guests, and all you do is say a bunch of crap about him. He does mock headlines, but that's never enough. All you people want is more! Leave him alone! Wow, we're closing up shop on the box score. Boy, Chris Crocker, carb loading. His heart goes out to you. Last time you guys were out here, you filmed an episode of Sports Jeopardy with the boss. That episode hits crackle this morning. Was that Bruce Valanche? And the clips we've been seeing so far have been outstanding. Fritzy, you've been called a disaster. Paulie, how bad was he?
See, I think that's using disaster means to me a negative. And Fritzy was hysterical during Sports Jeopardy.
Right.
Now, he made mistakes that he covered with humor. So maybe you could say, like, wow, he was all over the place with, like, guessing the wrong things or guessing at the wrong time or not staying to the plan. But what he said and how he played it was the funniest part of the whole episode. I was there, and the crowd was laughing, and that's all that matters.
Now, Fritzy, it appeared that your, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but it appears your charity didn't get any money. Does this mean that the Make-A-Wish kids will have to drive themselves to their big wishes?
Pejorative.
Very possible. I've been assured by the powers that be with Sports Jeopardy that my portion of the charity money will get to where it needs to go. But until I see something official, I guess I don't know if I deserve, or the people that that I tried to raise some money for even deserve after that disaster, a penny. But if I have to take it out of my own pocket, we'll have to work something out. But it's a charity near and dear to my heart, and again,
Near and dear to your.
To my bowels
well.
and my gastrointestinal situation.
Just trying to clear that up.
You should clear them. But
by the way, America called and said they don't want you wearing that shirt anymore.
They don't. That's it.
Here it comes.
They just try to do a nice little 76.
I'm all backed up, just like
Fritzy. It's like when a boulder starts slowly rolling downhill, and then.
I just had some bran. I had some mean bran, and it's all ready to come out.
Oh.
I'm glad everyone was able to laugh at Sports Jeopardy.
Somebody called Fritzy today Barf Brooks.
I did see that.
It wasn't me. I'm jealous.
Not Garth Brooks, but Barf Brooks.
That was well done.
You used to be Garth Brooks, but now you're thin.
That's right. It's kind of baggy on me now. So we'll go with Barf Brooks.
Barf.
I'll take Barf Brooks over Garth Brooks, depending on what we're talking about.
Whoa.
All right. Blame it all on my roots, Fritzy. Who's on tomorrow?
Leave him alone! LaDainian Tomlinson expected.
He's not booked yet, technically.
He's technically
right
not
now,
100% in. Right now,
just to be fair.
To be fair and to be completely accurate, we're wide open, which is fine. We have our ways of figuring things out between now and tomorrow. But
like
maybe
McLovin, you could just say nobody. Like McLovin said, shorten it up.
I could have done that.
Yeah, you said.
They prefer that I just say the name. I probably should have just said nobody.
Oh, Todd, why don't they just leave you alone?
I know.
My
It's
God,
maybe
that's all you want to do is book people. Why do they bother you? Oh my God, they need to be nice to you every day. Leave Fritzy alone. I need a drink. We'll see you tomorrow. Why?
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!